What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show. UFC 291, some last-second picks, maybe some change-ups, but I do still love the main event. I think this is going to be a huge war. And looking at it right now, stylistically, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje, I think this is not going to go 5 rounds. I think somebody's going to get knocked out, and I think this fight is a coin flip. You know, obviously they fought back in 2018. They have history together, and every time these guys fight, they put on great shows for the UFC. They put on big events, and really the crowd loves it, and they love these type of fights. And I think Dustin Poirier even came out and said, you know, if this does go 25 minutes, we're going to be going to the hospital after this fight, and I can see this happening. I really can. I mean, looking at their first one in 2018 when they first met up, and really I'm looking at Justin Gaethje and saying, man, he really risked throwing leg kicks and getting hit with big shots from Dustin Poirier. And I think he's got to correct himself, and I think the odds are coming down. Justin Gaethje was plus 130 yesterday. Now he's plus 125. Now, you know, we're about a day away from the fight, and I think, you know, come fight time, it might change, but I do think Gaethje right now, he's got to realize, you know, risking throwing leg kicks and getting hit and countered, you know, with heavy shots from Poirier is not going to be worth it sometimes. So I think there's going to be a changed game plan. I think Gaethje here, when he does throw his leg kicks, because we know he's an expert at that, he's probably the best in the UFC at throwing leg kicks. I mean, I'm telling you what, it slowed Dustin Poirier down a little bit in the fight, but overall, you know, risking leg kicks to get hit with big shots is not worth it to me. So Gaethje's going to have to come out, throw his leg kicks, and maybe counter what Poirier is going to counter from his leg kicks. You know, do something different. I think the coaches understand that, and obviously they're two different fighters from 2018. And I think Poirier, obviously, is more experienced. Right now, he's minus 145. He's the favorite, you know, more experience. And I think, you know, obviously, if Poirier sticks to the game plan and fights really technical and fights smart, Dustin Poirier should win this fight, right? If he fights all technical and just fights super smart, you know, fights one of his best fights he's had in his career, he will just go through Gaethje. Now, if Gaethje wins this fight, it's going to be because it's going to be a brawl here. You know, if Poirier wants to brawl with Gaethje, which I don't think he should, you know, that's the way Dustin Poirier could get knocked out. You know, if you're going to brawl with Gaethje, and Gaethje loves that. Gaethje loves engaging and throwing big shots. He loves a brawl. He loves just, you know, a lot of chaos inside the octagon. That's what Gaethje wants to do. That's how he wants this fight to go, you know, which is crazy, right? But that's why Gaethje has the most, you know, bonuses in the UFC. He's, you know, the fan favorite here, you know, because Gaethje, he comes in every single fight and he brings it, dude. He really does. And I can't believe some people picked against Gaethje his last fight, which was another great fight. He came back in rounds 2 and 3 and stole that fight. But looking at Poirier right now, you know, I do think he's getting a little bit older, and I do think he's slowing down in a way. I don't think his footwork is as quick as Gaethje. So I think if Gaethje wins here, throwing leg kicks and just sticking and moving here and brawling out, you know, just go all the way, go all in, you know, and I think in the first 2 rounds are going to be huge, you know, because when you go in that 3rd and 4th in the championship rounds here, obviously this isn't a championship fight, but when you go to those 4 to 5 rounds, you know, really, we're going to test to see who's going to be more tired here, who's going to be more fatigued, who's going to be breathing heavy, whose shots are going to be more designed, you know, where it's like when you throw the hooks, oh, we saw that coming a mile away. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, right? When you watch some UFC fights from round 1 to round 4, there's a huge difference, dude. It's like a completely different fight because, you know, the guys are slower, they're banged up, you know, they got too many body shots, too many leg shots, and they start to slow down. You know, I could imagine getting a leg shot right in my calf over and over again till I couldn't barely walk, dude. That would be terrible. You know, or to the, dude, that would suck, dude. Or to the thigh, that would be terrible. So, I mean, I give homage to these UFC fighters taking these big hits, including Poirier taking huge hits. But, you know, I just think Poirier right now, you know, beating Michael Chandler, so did Gaethje. I just think the way Dustin Poirier came back from that Michael Chandler fight. You know, and I'm looking at that Chandler fight saying, dude, Michael Chandler, if he had just a little bit better striking, he would have knocked Poirier out in the first round, dude. And then Poirier came back late in the round 1, and then obviously lost round 2 to Michael Chandler. Then round 3, he choked Chandler out. When he came back, dealt with that adversity, that's the battle of the champion here. So I think Poirier right now, he's more battle tested a little bit than Gaethje overall in his career. So I think that's really going to be battled out in this fight here. I really do, but I still want to go Gaethje. I don't know why. I just think, my gut is telling me Gaethje in a way, just the way Gaethje's been fighting recently, dude. I mean, he's been hungry. Every single shot he's throwing, it's intent to knock you out. Whereas some UFC fighters are a little bit smarter where, it's not that intent, right? A lot of the shots are just precise, not all, 100% into the power. And we look at guys like Michael Chandler. Shout out to Michael Chandler. He'll fight Conor McGregor by the end of the year. That's what we hope. And Michael Chandler, going back to the Poirier fight, Poirier-Chandler, when Chandler, every single shot he threw was intent to knock you out. And I think that's really what bit Michael Chandler in the butt, because late in the third round at the end of the fight, he got really fatigued, and that's the reason he got choked out, because every single shot he threw was intent to knock you out. And I think a lot of the guys fall into that. I think to be a smart, calculated fighter, not every single shot needs to be a knockout shot, dude, because you're going to fatigue yourself out, and you're not going to be as good as you were when you were fresh inside that octagon, dude. So there's a difference, but, I'm still going Gaethje. I don't want to change my pick now. I'm still going Gaethje here. I think Gaethje's going to knock him out. I think he's going to catch him at the right time. Either one of them's going to get knocked out. I don't see it going 5 rounds. If it goes all 5 rounds, I'll be like, holy cow, dude. They'll be barely walking. I'm telling you, this is going to be a war. This could possibly be the fight of the year of 2023 here. So this is huge, dude. This is big for the UFC. It's big for Dana White, so I can't wait. I'm still going Gaethje knockout, 3rd round knockout. You heard it from Cap, no cap. I got Gaethje with the upset over Dustin Poirier. They'll probably get a round 3 here, but I'm still going Justin Gaethje overall. And then we got Alex Pereira, man. I'm telling you, this guy is a different breed, a different animal. He's minus 110 right now. Earlier, he was minus 105. And I think a lot of guys are betting on Jan, dude. I mean, Jan, he's a big dude. He looks like he's 6'6", man. He looks like he's Russian. I think he's Polish. I mean, this guy, he's a beast, man. He did beat Israel Adesanya back in 2021. I just think, these guys are huge, man. If you were just to, stand next to these guys, you'd be like, dude, what the heck, dude? Like, they look like freaking NFL players, dude, on steroids here. Just looking at Alex Pereira, man, the way he walks, it's just kind of unorthodox in a way, but I mean, he is built like a fighter. He was born a freaking fighter, and I'm still going with Alex Pereira, dude. I am. I think Alex Pereira's going to knock this dude out. Now, if Jan wins, it's going to be from the takedowns. Jan's going to have to take him down here. There's no way he wants to stand with this dude. He's a kickboxing champion, dude. Like, he's a former kickboxing champion. There's no way his coaches are going to be like, yeah, dude, let's just make this fight a standing battle. No, dude. He's going to go for the takedowns. It's going to be interesting to see how well trained Alex Pereira is with his takedown defense, going against the cage. Who knows? We might see that on Alex Pereira. We might see him try to go for a takedown, which I highly doubt it. I think he wants the fight to be standing. When he fought Sean Strickland, dude, made him look silly. Strickland was just up there, his hands down and everything. Shout out to Sean Strickland. Seems like a funny dude, but, when you get inside that octagon and you're facing a killer, dude, there's no fun and games at that point. He got knocked out cold, dude, and the referee kind of really helped him out here. Alex Pereira could have got a couple extra shots in, dude. If this was early 2000s, he would have got a couple extra shots in that Sean Strickland fight. He really would have, dude. Early 2000s, different fight game, different level, but I'm still going Alex Pereira by knockout. I'm telling you right now, knockout, 1st or 2nd round. You heard it from Cap, no cap. And then we got Stephen Thompson, a.k.a. Wonder Boy. I like him to win, dude. I think Wonder Boy, he's a technical fighter. He's super smart, and he knows his opponent's weaknesses. And I think he's well coached, well trained, and I think he's going to be on his P's and Q's here. And I expect a master class from Wonder Boy. I really do. I expect him just to outclass this guy. Even though Michael, he is a nice fighter, I don't really know much about him. I just, looking at Wonder Boy, I've seen a lot of his fights. He's super smart, and he knows when to throw leg kicks. He knows when to throw uppercuts and jabs and to stick and move. Super athletic, right? I mean, if we looked at Stephen Thompson, we'd be like, dude, like, this guy's a freaking lawyer here, dude. He's my local lawyer here in my city. Like, dude, like, come on. Or he's like a professor, dude. No, he's an MMA fighter, UFC guy. I'm telling you, Wonder Boy should win this fight. I'm going Wonder Boy. Probably go by decision here. I don't see Wonder Boy knocking him out. Who knows? That could happen. Anything is possible in the fight game. You know what I'm saying? Like, all it takes is one shot. One shot, dude, even to the body, dude. Like, imagine a big leg kick right to the body, dude, to the ribs, dude. A cracked rib, you're immediately dropping, dude. A shot to the liver, you're immediately dropping, dude. I'm telling you, dude, it's a different ball game. You know, the MMA is just completely different, dude. Like, this is the real shit. This is as real as it gets. Like, dude, like, these guys that even step in the octagon and fight, dude, we have to give them respect here, because the majority of the time, a lot of the average humans out here would never get inside that octagon and fight an MMA fighter. No way in heck. You know, but I can't wait till Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. I'm going Elon all day here. Shout out to Elon, Team Elon. And then we got Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. Tony Ferguson is plus 285. This would be a stupid bet if you bet on Tony Ferguson here. I'm telling you, Tony Ferguson way past his prime. He's about to retire, dude. I'm telling you, he's on a 5-fight losing streak. No way. I like Bobby Green here. He's minus 375, which is a heavy favorite. I'm still going Bobby Green. I think Bobby Green's going to really just expose him. He's going to either take him down or knock him out on the foot. I think Tony Ferguson, man, he should have retired last year. You know, when he got knocked out by Michael Chandler, that leg kick, front leg kick, it reminded me kind of like an Anderson Silva front leg kick from back in the day. Dude, I'm telling you, there's just no way. There is no way in heck that Tony Ferguson wins this fight. If he does, you know, shout out to Tony Ferguson. He proved me wrong. I just don't see it, dude. I see an old guy, a clumsy guy, a guy that's washed up now, a guy that has too many miles on him, dude, that should have retired years ago. I'm just telling you, dude, I love Tony Ferguson. He brought so much to the UFC, but overall, he's losing this fight. I like Bobby Green by knockout over Tony Ferguson. His reign in the UFC is over. Enjoy retirement, Mr. Ferguson. It was good while it lasted. I'm telling you. And then the last fight, actually the first fight on the main card, I like Kevin Holland, man, versus Michael. Michael's plus a 125. I think if Mike wants to do this, he's going to have to take him down. But I just think Kevin Holland, you know, he took a fight, you know, against Chimaev about a year ago. He got ragdolled. Literally, the first 3 seconds, Chimaev went straight for the takedown on Kevin Holland. And I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I didn't think immediately. Literally, right when the fight started, the 1 second in, Chimaev started running at Kevin Holland and took him down, and they rolled around for about a minute and a half, and he finally choked him out. But I think Kevin Holland right now, 24-9, won no contest. You know, and I think he's been one of the most active UFC guys on the roster right now. And Dana White respects that. He realizes, hey, he's a hard worker. Kevin Holland comes to show up whether he wins or loses, and he deserves to be on a main card. So shout out to Kevin Holland. I like him. I like Kevin Holland. He has quick hands, and I think he's going to knock Mike out. So I'm going Kevin Holland by knockout here. I like Kevin Holland, Bobby Green, Alex Pereira, and Justin Gaethje. Even though I think, you know, Gaethje is kind of a long shot right now because Dustin Poirier, he is more experienced. He really is. He's more experienced. Yeah, he's been in the fight game a little longer. You know, and we look at Dustin Poirier. I mean, all the way back to the McGregor 1 fight. When McGregor first started coming up, I think they fought in 2013. And it kind of was a lucky shot by McGregor. Just barely skinned. It looked like the back of his head and just dropped, Poirier just dropped him, you know, and he really learned from that. He battled back, even though he lost to Khabib in 2019, but overall, obviously a smart bet. I wouldn't even be mad at you guys if you said, no, Poirier is going to win by knockout. I wouldn't be mad. You know, I think the main fight, Poirier-Gaethje, is definitely a 50-50 coin flip. I really do. It's either who's going to get knocked out first. That's what's going to happen, but I'm still going Gaethje. I cannot wait. It's the Cloudwood Cam Show. Let's go!